Good morning, good morning. Oh, good, good, good. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome, everyone gathered here in Gainesville for the Georgia First Tech Challenge State Championship. For those of you that do not know, my name is Robert May. I'm the program delivery partner, and I am pleased to welcome you all here. Welcome to the center stage season presented by RTX, part of the First in Show season presented by Qualcomm. First is a global robotics community preparing young people for the future. First engages students in grades pre-K through 12 for our suite of STEM programs. First Lego League, First Robotics Competition, and of course, First Tech Challenge, yes. First Tech Challenge started in 2005, and we've grown to more than 6,000 teams in 53 countries. This continues the transformative impact of FIRST programs, and you are a part of this movement. All of you are helping to make this program possible for the next generation of innovators in this room. Thank you. We're going to have a great time today. I can't wait to see how everything is going to come together. I've been through a lot of your meets, a lot of your league tournaments, and I have to say this is the best of the best, so I'm waiting to see what you guys are going to deliver today. We're going to have a blast. We have 35 teams here. We've been working hard to build their robots and get prepared for the judging. We have a lot of awards we're going to be giving out. This season, we're shining a spotlight on the role STEM plays in arts, how science, technology, engineering, arts, and math inspire big ideas and bold action and creativity. Your skills make it possible to create art and experiences that bring us together, entertain us, and to move us. This year's center stage season would not be possible without your season sponsor, RTX. We appreciate their generous support. RTX created a quick welcome video that we would like to share with you and your teams for today. So please, cue it up.
Welcome, First Tech Challenge teams, and congratulations on advancing to this level of the center stage season. I'm the Industrial Manager and Hot Section Module Center at Pratt & Whitney. This is one of many production sites that makes us a world leader in design, manufacturing, and service of aircraft engines. As an RTX employee, I'm able to share my operations and career coaching expertise with the First Tech Challenge teams I coach. Shout out to my robotics warriors in Connecticut and Montana. This year's FTC season explores how design can set the stage for leading innovations. Some incredible RTX technologies are taking center stage across the world and beyond, including breathtaking imagery coming from space, the sleek design of a new 3D manufacturing facility, and exciting breakthroughs that will enable sustainable electrified flight. Through our collaboration with FIRST, we hope our work motivates you to take a moment to see the beauty of design in the world around us and inspires you to innovate. At RTX, we've seen the level of design, creativity, and passion from this season's First Tech Challenge teams, and we are beyond impressed. You should be so proud of your accomplishments, no matter the results of today's events. Best of luck, teams.
Thank you, Mickey Perez. You know, being a FIRST member means access to education, career discovery opportunities, and through opportunities such as industry certifications, internships, and scholarships. FIRST offers you the opportunity to network with employers and a place in the FIRST community for life. To learn more about the ways that you make the most of your FIRST experience and opportunities as a FIRST, let's quickly hear from some other alumni about their experiences.
Participants
and alumni of FIRST programs.
FIRST programs
Gain access to education,
amazing career discovery opportunities,
exclusive connections to scholarships,
really cool employers,
and ultimately a place in the FIRST community.
and a place in the FIRST community.
and a place in the FIRST community
For life.
this is a network of people that you get to grow with for your entire career.
And now I would like to recognize a special group of people, the FIRST alumni community. So with all the FIRST alumni here, please stand, and I want to thank you all for what you do to continue to further the mission of FIRST. So anybody that's been on a FIRST team, alumni, please stand. We'd like to recognize you all. Wherever you are, just stand, please. Many of the folks that you see up here are also FIRST alumni that are helping out. So that goes to my next point. I expect to see you guys beyond graduation. So my next recognition is going to be to the high school seniors that are here. So those that are high school seniors that will be graduating this year, you are going to be becoming FIRST alumni. So please stand. So this is my call to you guys, to continue to do the good work that you do, supporting your teams, supporting other members, becoming sponsors, mentors, coaches for teams, volunteering at our events, paying it forward. I would also invite each of you, the alumni and seniors, when we actually get our banner set up, we're going to have a center stage banner set up sometime afternoon, to come down and take a group photo. And also, any of you that have not received an alumni pin, those of you that are seniors, we will have those at the pit admin table over here a little bit later, okay? So make sure that you grab one of those. So I want to take a moment to recognize and thank all the parents and coaches here. Without you, none of this would have been possible. The students would not have been involved in these activities, and even some of the parents or some of the coaches here, again, may have been in a FIRST program at some time. You know, FIRST Tech Challenge has been around for a while, but FIRST has been here around since 1989. So it wouldn't surprise me if we have some parents here that have gone through a FIRST program, and now your students are going through a FIRST program. So again, I want to thank coaches, mentors, and especially parents. Give yourselves a hand for bringing all of these students together on a team. We also ask that today, and really every day in your life, you honor the FIRST ethos, gracious professionalism. You know, I've had an opportunity to take it beyond what we do here and use it in my professional experience. And for me, that means, again, respecting the work of others. That's what that really means. Valuing the work of others while doing your best work. So, and that's certainly a lesson that we can take forward, not just in what we do here or in our professional careers, but in everyday life, how we treat others, okay? So please keep that in mind, because I certainly have in the last 10 years, that's in the forefront of how I deal with others. So today is where all the work that you put into designing, building, and programming your robots comes into a thrilling competition. And now I'd like to introduce you to today's MC, and I'll turn this over to him, Mr. Kyle Fender.
All right. Well, morning, everyone. How are y'all feeling? Well, welcome to 2024 Georgia State Championship. You have gone through matches. You have gone through qualifiers. You have gone through league tournaments to make it here, because the next step is punching a ticket to the World Championships in Houston. But in order to get there, you have to get through our fields and everything else. So how many of y'all are excited to see where this day is going to go for y'all today? All right. So before we get to our first matches, which I know you guys are itching to get to, I have a couple guests I want to go ahead and introduce. These guys are here to make all of this happen, all of the organization, all of the funds to make this happen. These are our Georgia First Board of Directors, and I want to introduce two of them today. First off, I want to introduce Mr. Brian Cooksey, and then second, I want to introduce Mr. Chip McDaniel.
Thank you, Kyle. Good morning, Gainesville. I think you can do better than that. Good morning, Gainesville. All right. Yeah, we are glad to be here. Chip and I are representing our board of directors today. We have other board members who are participating through a live stream board meeting that we're having in conjunction with FTC. And we also want to extend our best wishes on behalf of Connie Haynes, our CEO. Unfortunately, she is homesick today, so you won't see her here today, but she sends her best. And we just want to let you know that we're so proud of all of you for all you're doing, all you're learning. Programs like FIRST not only teach you lessons while you're in school, but they teach you life lessons that will stay with you throughout the rest of your life. And it's a great program. We're proud to have you here today. Congratulations on being one of 35 teams out of over 130 here in Georgia this year to make it to the state championships. What a great accomplishment for all of you. A lot of hard work's gone into that, so give yourself a round of applause. We would like to also extend our thanks to all the amazing volunteers that are here, from our AV crew to referees to folks with pit admin, everybody that's helped make this event possible. A lot of hard work goes in behind the scenes, so thank you to all those volunteers, as well as the coaches, parents, and everybody else that helped you get here today. Here in the state of Georgia, just in the last year, there have been over 40,000 new jobs announced in our state. And almost every one of those jobs needs STEM skills and needs the types of soft skills that you're also learning, like teamwork and problem-solving, collaboration. So you're doing all the things you need to do to be ready for those types of amazing jobs that involve amazing technology and automation, and you're learning those skills right here in FIRST. We can't wait to see what you do here today. Can't wait to see what you do in your future as leaders of our state. And again, thank you to Robert and his amazing team for all their hard work to make this happen. Good luck. Have a great day.
Thank you. Now, each year, the First Technical Challenge creates very fun, very new, very challenging challenges for you guys to be able to go through. And especially this year, being in First and Show presented by Qualcomm, we're seeing a lot with teams, especially as you guys have gone through this season. You get to see in real life how STEM and the arts collaborate together, right? We always talk about STEM, but recently really digging into the arts part, because the reality is, if you look at history, if you look at the greatest inventors of our time, you see that they were not just inventors, they were not just the engineers of our time, they were truly artists of their time. And so being able to see what you guys have been able to create, not just with your robots, but also with your presentations, also with the imagery that you guys utilize around your team branding, it is a clear display of how arts can truly work hand in hand with all STEM subjects. So whether or not you become an engineer after you leave the FIRST program, maybe you become a graphic designer, maybe you become a marketing professional, but whatever you do, understand that STEM never leaves your field. In fact, STEM can help to elevate your art. So what we want to talk about, especially in this year's game of Center Stage presented by RTX, you guys get to raise the current to be able to see the power of design, creativity, and precision to create amazing new experiences. So let's go ahead and take a look at this year's challenge.
Welcome to the First Tech Challenge 2023-2024 season game, Center Stage, presented by RTX. A team consists of up to 2 driver operators, a human player, a coach, and a robot. Each match is played with 4 randomly selected teams, 2 per alliance. Each alliance is allowed 1 human player. Your opponent for one match may be your partner for another. Robots must be built from materials specified in the game manual and fit within an 18-inch sizing tool and may expand after the match begins. The primary scoring element is a plastic hexagonal-shaped pixel, 3 inches across by 1/2 inch thick. There are 64 white pixels and 10 each yellow, green, and purple pixels. Teams may construct custom game and scoring elements, including paper drones and team props. The game is played on a 12-foot square playing field with a foam tile floor and 1-foot-high walls. 2 trusses are located midfield. Between the trusses is the hinged stage door. In the back of the field are the backdrops, 1 for each alliance. Beneath the backdrops are taped-off backstage areas. In the front corners are taped-off wings. In each quadrant of the field are 3 separate spike marks. Just inside of the front wall are white pixel location stripes, and outside of the front wall there are 3 taped-off landing zones. April tags are located in the field wall and both backdrops to aid navigation. Blue and red alliance stations are on the left and right sides of the field, and in front of those are the red and blue human player stations. Before each match, pixels are stacked next to each player station and on the inside of the front wall. 4 pixels are placed on the spike marks. However, team props may be substituted for the spike mark pixels. Teams place their robots on the field, touching the side walls. Each team may preload 1 yellow and/or 1 purple pixel onto their robot. Teams may also preload 1 drone onto their robot. The spike mark pixels and team props are then randomized. The field and players are now ready. The match begins with a 30-second autonomous period. During this time, teams may attempt to score using pre-programmed instructions and sensor inputs. A purple pixel placed on the spike mark tape earns 10 points. However, if the spike mark tape has a team prop, placing a purple pixel will earn 20 points. Each pixel in the backstage earns 3 points. And each pixel placed on the backdrop earns 5 points. If a yellow pixel is placed on the backdrop in the location indicated by the spike mark pixel, it earns 10 bonus points. Or 20 points if a team prop was used as an indicator. Robots parked in the backstage earn 5 points. Pixels scored in the autonomous period will also earn points at the end of the driver-controlled period. Following the autonomous period is the 2-minute driver-controlled period. During this time, human players may introduce new pixels into the wings. Each pixel that is placed backstage earns 1 point, and each pixel on the backdrop earns 3 points. Each mosaic of 3 identical or 3 different pixels earns 10 points. If an alliance can build pixels above the set lines, they earn a 10-point bonus for each line they cross. The last 30 seconds of the driver-controlled period is the end game. Robots may continue scoring pixels, and there are also ways to earn bonus points. Robots may launch drones over the truss or stage door and into the landing zones. Depending on where they're parked, they can earn 10, 20, or 30 points. Robots parked in the backstage area earn 5 points. And a robot suspended by the rigging earns 20 points. There are many ways to score in center stage, but there are also rules that, if not followed, will deduct points from your alliance. Robots may not limit the upward motion of the stage door. Robots may not descore pixels from the opposing alliance's backdrop. Intentionally damaging another robot is not allowed. A robot may not affect the flight of an opposing alliance's drone. A robot may not make contact with an opponent suspended from the truss. This has been a summary of this season's game, Center Stage, presented by RTX. For complete rules, please read both game manuals and check the Q&A forum. And always remember the most important rule of First Tech Challenge, gracious professionalism. Good luck, teams, and have a spectacular season.
All right. Thank you to our wonderful friends at First HQ. So, what I want to do real quick, I want to read off this list real quick so you guys know. Obviously, we want to get matches started, but we need to make sure people are in the queuing. So, am I starting from qualification 1? Yeah. All right. So, I want to make sure qualification match 1, which will be on field 1, we need teams 24, 377, 24, 210, 14, 116, and then finally 11, 347 to make sure that you are reporting to queuing or report to the field so that we can get our matches started as soon as possible. There we go. Listen, I have problems with technology as well. I'm not going to lie. So let's go ahead. Let's do some additional intros, right? First off, I want to introduce you to a group of people that you guys have probably met during the season, but these guys have a very important job. They're going to make sure that we send the right people that represent the best of us here in the Georgia community, especially through the work that you've been able to do with your robot and beyond. I want you to say hello to our judges, who you may not see right now because they are working on getting things judged, but you will see them later in the day. You may see them in the pitch. You may see them near the field. Talk with them. The one thing I will always say to you is those judges are from all different industries, so they have their own story to tell. So while they're asking you questions, make sure to ask them questions. So let's give a round of applause to our judges. Now, the next group of people are FTAs, or our first technical advisors. FTAs, wave. Mr. Logan is going to be in charge of making sure that you guys, when you get onto this field, that you guys are able to operate correctly. So if you have any problems, make sure that you are flagging him down so that we can make sure to get those field problems resolved as soon as possible. Now, finally, these people are the sheriffs of our field. They are here to make sure that all rules are followed. Let me introduce you to our referees. And then obviously led by our wonderful head referee, Miss Lori O'Neill. Now, I always have to say this, and hopefully you guys know because you've been through league tournaments and everything else, but her decision is final. There are no video reviews. There are no video replays. This is not the NFL, NBA, NHL, MLS, Premier League, whatever you guys watch if you watch sports. We don't do video replays. So whatever they say is final. And while what they say is final, we're also going to show gracious professionalism when we graciously debate. So make sure when you are here on this field, recognize that these referees are not just volunteers, but they are here to make sure that your day is going splendidly and that everything is followed here on the field. So let's give our referees a round of applause. So one of the last things I want to talk about are our mentors and coaches. Robert spoke about it, but the mentors and coaches are a very important part of the first experience, right? They help us to get from day one of kickoff all the way to here and even beyond if you get to the World Championship. These guys are the people that help to develop all these different skills, whether it be with building the robot, whether it be building the presentation, whether it be honestly just providing snacks or getting you from place A to place B. So I want to do this. If you are a mentor or coach, I would like you to stand. And for our students, I want you to give them the biggest round of applause that you can. So thank you guys for your hard work, for your effort, especially I'm saying this as a first alumni who's had the pleasure of mentoring in the past couple of years. I appreciate the work that you do. I appreciate the effort that you make for these students. And we know that the stuff that's going to happen here today is evidence of the clear work that you've been able to do this past season. So thank you. Now, one of the other things I want to talk about that Robert iterated on was gracious professionalism, right? And what I want to do is introduce a group of people that also know a little bit about gracious professionalism, and that is our Dean's List students.
Gracious professionalism to me is being able to create and partake in a community where everyone's ideas and opinions are valued.
It means being trustworthy, respectful, and always ready to work with others to help them grow.
Working hard to reach your goals in the competition, while also helping other teams reach their own goals.
Being nice and respectful to your competitors and treating them as friends while learning and growing with them as a community.
It means creating an inclusive community by helping others and even sharing information with other teams.
One way we can be gracious professionals is to share our work with the FIRST community online, so others can learn from us and we can learn from others.
As members of FIRST, we learn and compete, but treat one another with respect and kindness in the process.
Building the best possible future for everyone. Even though we are all competing against each other, if we raise our competitors up, we all win.
All right, thank you guys. Now, what I want to do, let's go through a little rundown of what we're going to do today. First off, we're going to have our qualification matches, which will be starting right after we finish here in the opening ceremonies. We'll go through right about a couple matches, and then we'll go to lunch, come back, and then we're going to go through right about 40-plus matches. After we do those matches, we will be going into our line selection, which I will always say is my favorite part of the day because you get to see where the chaos happens in these competitions and who rises above the chaos. From there, we'll go into our playoff tournament to determine who will be the champion here at the 2024 Georgia State Championship. And then finally, because you can't go home without hardware, we're going to have our award ceremonies where we'll be able to see not just who won here on the field, but also who won in our interviews and otherwise with our judging panel giving out some additional awards. So we have a lot of things to get around. But first, another thing, because there's always another thing. Can anyone tell me which way is north right now? No, that's up. That's not north. That's up. That's north. All right. So what I want you guys to do is make sure you know where your exits are because we have an exit over here and a couple exits over here. We want to make sure that you guys know in case of any emergencies which way to go out of this building. Make sure that you know and you have communicated with your team in emergency contacts on where to meet up in case of any emergency should one arise here at our tournament today. And remember, keeping everyone safe is not just one person's responsibility. It's everyone's responsibility. So make sure, especially as you're going through the day, don't leave stuff in the middle of the walkways. Pick up your trash, especially, you will hear us say this, do not get near the field without safety glasses. We will kick you off the field, and we will not shed a tear. Make sure to wear safety glasses, especially if you are in our pits. Wear safety glasses. We will kick you out. We will have no problems doing that. But hopefully we won't have any problems doing that because y'all are veterans at this point, so it should be okay. Now, make sure as well, I do want to make this point a little bit more serious. This is supposed to be a celebration of the work that you guys have done here throughout this season, right? This is supposed to be a place where you guys are able to feel happy, even through things that may happen on the field, things that may happen in interviews. This is supposed to be a celebration of the work that you guys have done to get here. So we want to make sure that you guys are mentally and psychologically safe as well. If there are people that are doing things here at this tournament today that you would classify as unsafe in those regards, please make sure to contact us, right? Find a trusted adult, whether it be on your team, whether it be one of our trusted volunteers. Make sure to find one of us because we want to make sure that this event is good, not just for the one person, but for everyone here today, right? Now, finally, and I'm going to say that word one last time, I would love if everyone could stand and please rise for the singing of the national anthem. All right, it looks like we have completed everything that we need to go ahead and start today. So if y'all are ready to raise the curtain, welcome to center stage here at the 2024 Georgia State Championship. Now, let's make sure really quickly for qualification match number 2, we need teams 22-0, 23-10,